How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back to another review. A little bit of IPA. Hopeful goodness in the form of Equilibrium Brewing's 4science #1. Actually, it's number 4science. Or, oh, sorry, kids. It's hashtag 4science1. That's what it is. My bad. I joke, but first things first. Equilibrium. Not too far away from me. Pop up there quite a bit. Didn't pick this up, actually. I ended up getting it from a friend who dropped it off probably about 2 hours ago. So, pretty damn fresh. It was just canned. They don't date their cans, do they? A couple days ago. So, it hasn't been sitting. Why the number 4science1? It's a hashtag. This beer is actually being brewed for, I believe it's a certain form of cancer research. If I'm wrong on that, I apologize. But it is a kind of benefit kind of thing going on. And that's kind of the hashtag they're using for that benefit. So, you know, proceeds from the beer, and they had raffles and stuff like that. The release kind of go for the benefit for this kind of benefit. Words. Yes. Stumbling. Let's dive into it. It's a beer. We're going to review it as far as what it says on the can. Like I said, hashtag 4science1. It says Beer Research IPA, and it's 6.5% alcohol by volume. India Pale Ale. That'd be that. Label-wise, it's Equilibrium. All the labels are the same except for the words. Okay. So, Equilibrium. They kind of make very similar beers across the board. They have a sour series that they kind of like to fiddle with. They have other stuff in the works, stouts, things like that. And then they have these kind of hazy IPs. That's their thing. That's what they do. They're pretty damn good at it, typically. So hopefully this one's much the same, but different. Because we always want a little bit different. Anyway, index finger. I mean, you know, it's pilly, creaminess, super tight, compact bubbles. You want to sleep on that stuff. And, you know, she's your butternut squash with a dollop of cream in it. You know what I mean? She has that Cataracty kind of orange creamsicle look to her. So she's off to the hazy start. See if I can get a nose on her. It's more hop green than anything. Like a slightly kind of vegetal stocky green weediness to it, but nothing super over the top. It's pretty impactful, but nothing crazy. And then there's like just a soft, kind of fluffy, kind of like creamy fruitiness to it, but it's very generic. Kind of like if you just like kind of stirred up some fruit juice real quick and kind of whiffed it when it had a kind of that frothy kind of head on it, kind of beats back or holds back a bit of the kind of aromatics from like fruit juice. Kind of has that creaminess to it, like a frothy creaminess. I don't know. Descriptors. I'm lacking them right now. I don't know what you wanted to say. And that's pretty much it. It smells nice. Smells sweet, but you know there's going to be a decent amount of bittering in there based off that greeniness and that soft kind of creamy fruitiness kind of floating around in there. So let's just dive in. See what she's got. Cheers. That's tasty stuff. A departure from what I can tell from a lot of what Equilibrium has done. It tastes like it always tastes like there's like a core kind of center to their beers, and then they deviate off that tree. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they bump up the ABV, go a little bit this way, but they have this kind of center around them. This tastes like a different path, a totally different path. The mouthfeel is way creamier. It still has that soft nerd water thing going on, but it's almost like that kind of frothiness I was talking about with the nose. There's a super, super frothy creaminess to it. The fruit, again, is very kind of, it's like a fruit smoothie kind of thing going on here, but not nearly as sweet. I thought it was going to be a bit sweeter, a decent amount sweeter when it actually comes off here, but it's not. The bittering isn't huge either, but it's bigger than the sweetness, and that greenness is there, but it's not as big as I thought it would be. It's overall, just in general, way more rounded and soft than a lot of their beers, and their beers are typically very kind of super soft to begin with, so this kind of bumps it up a level. Is that a good thing? I dig it. I like it. Just viscerally. I like a little bit more kind of edge, especially to my IPA, especially when they're going kind of in this hazy route. But she's damn tasty. It's just that water, man. That's what they fuck with. I've talked about it previously. They're water nerds. They're chemistry nerds. it's like how they're delivering the mouthfeel here is that's where I think that kind of difference is for me. And it is coming off kind of that somewhere even above like a fruit smoothie kind of vibe. It's like that kind of like Cool Whip if it was a fruit smoothie, but lacking that sweetness and having enough bitterness to kind of bounce off what sweetness is there. There's really not much as far as like pinpoint, yank out this bit of kind of fruitiness or this bit of bittering or this bit of greenness. It's there, but it's very medley like and very kind of soft and rounded and very I don't want to use the word generic. I want to use very it's like I don't know what else. I don't know how to put it. It's like it's like anonymous. It's almost like an anonymous thing. That's not even the word I'm looking for, but that's the best thing I can think of at the moment without rambling too much. In that it has all those kind of descriptors and notes everybody likes to bang on, especially on these big IPAs. But everything is very kind of hard to tell where the edges are. It's very blurred. The edges where some of those flavors begin and end. It's a cool thing. I like it. I enjoy it. But I do like a little bit more of a meaningful kind of impactfulness when it comes to these kind of hazy IPAs. I like a little bit more kind of calling card, if you will. I don't like to use that word with this beer only because it does has its own kind of personality. But it's soft, it's gentle, but at the same time impactful enough, but it's hard to tell you as a whole the impact. You know what I mean? It's like, if a car hits you, a car hits you. If a big gust of wind hits you, you can't really tell how that knocked you over. You just know it knocked you over. It's kind of like one of those things where it's really hard to tell where that impact comes from. Okay, kind of went off deep end there for a little bit, but that's what I think. So yeah, let's talk about it. It's one of the better IPAs I've had as of late. I don't know if it's one of the better ones, but it's one of the more thoughtful ones, one of the more interesting ones, one of the ones I kind of want to sit and dissect. So, I mean, that definitely has something going for it. Value to availability, $16 a 4-pack. That's kind of your market value nowadays. What are you going to do? And just say if you like what we like this. If you like EQ beers, if you like Water Nerd beers, if you like District 96, if you like those breweries that really go out of their way to kind of finagle and manage their water to come off really kind of mouthfeel intense, kind of super softness, then you'll like this beer. And if you like giving to charity, because they're trying to do something nice here, trying to give back to the community, and that in itself, combined with them making pretty fantastic hop forward beers and sour stuff, is worth stopping by and giving it a whirl. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there, words and stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all 4 of those places if you want to check this dude out somewhere else. And hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice EQ beer right now. And see you next time. Cheers.